Okay, look, I've been wanting to talk about the Eagles for a while now. They started out 2-2. Everybody thought, okay, they're taking a step back. Jalen's still turning the ball over, blah, blah, blah. And now they've won 4 straight games. They're riding high. But I don't understand the love for this football team. They got great players. But the number one reason why they're not going to be successful in the playoffs is because of Nick Sirianni and his boneheaded decisions. One could argue and literally say, well, Jaden, you're a Cowboys fan, so obviously you're going to say that. Yes, that is true. To a certain degree. Okay? Number one, I was totally wrong about Saquon. Saquon has been a home run. Doggone it, do I wish he was in the Cowboys jersey right now. Saquon has been cooking. You could debate that Saquon is in the argument right now. I would say MVP because that's always going to be a quarterback award. He could be in the argument right now for Offensive Player of the Year because I think Derrick Henry's got a better case for MVP. What he is doing for this football team right now is insanity. Okay, now my argument with that would be is if Saquon Barkley was not on that team right now, I don't think the Eagles would be good. Look, Jalen's been playing better. He hasn't been turning the ball over. I can give Jalen credit this, and I was saying this yesterday as I was watching him play the Jaguars. In my opinion, Jalen Hurts throws a freaking awesome deep ball. I mean, he's crazy accurate down deep in the field. That's one thing I could say about Jalen, that he is very accurate. His decision making will kill him sometimes, especially underneath. Because there's multiple throws where he throws the ball underneath and the guy's right there in front of him, and it's just a turnover waiting to happen. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. Jalen Hurts throws a fantastic deep ball. But let's just be totally honest. The defense isn't that great. I know people's been talking about how since week 6 they've been the best defense in the NFL, but I'm still not convinced that they are one of the best defenses in the NFL. Okay. They got Jordan Davis down there. They got Nolan Smith at defensive end. They got Brandon Graham. They got Josh Sweat. Jordan Davis has been a disappointment on the D-line. That's their D-line. Linebackers, they got this Ellis guy. He's been playing a pretty good ball for them. And then obviously at corner, they have the 2 rookies they drafted, Quinyon Mitchell. I want to say that's his name. And then you got Cooper DeJean. And then at safety, they got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, which is he's very good. And obviously, Big Play Slay. We forgot about Big Play Slay because I think he's still hurt right now and he's not made his way back. And offensive line wise, the Eagles are the Eagles. They got a great offensive line. You know, we talked about the trap with Jason Kelce retiring. We thought it was going to see a regression on the offensive line, but for the most part, mainly in pass protection, Jalen has had a very good pocket, and obviously with the run game, we've seen how Saquon's been looking. It's a good O-line still. But the problem is going to be for the Eagles that Nick Sirianni is going to cost them a ball game. And we saw it yesterday. There was multiple occasions. I think Nick Sirianni went for it on 4th and 1. The tush push was actually getting stopped, which was shocking. That's not good for the Eagles. Guys, NFL teams, watch that Jaguars tape of how to stop that tush push. Please, I beg of you, please utilize what the Jaguars do to stop that tush push. I'm sick of the stupid play. I hate it. I hate the play. If Dallas done it, I would hate it myself. I just despise the play. It's a stupid play. It's not anything to do with football physicality, in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, if anybody of y'all have learned science, you got 2 or 3 men pushing into one guy who already squats 600 pounds. He's going to get a yard. But defense can also counteract that science and finding a way to stop it, as the Jaguars did yesterday, because they did a freaking good job. I think they stopped it twice on 4th down. Don't quote me on it. I don't have NFL Sunday tick. I'm just going off what I've saw in the highlights. Okay. And then there was multiple cases where he went for it for a 2-point conversion. Didn't get it. The boneheaded decision, in my opinion, which I texted my buddy about. The enemy team has no timeouts. You're kicking a 58-yarder, so I think you're at what, the 40, 41 at their 41-yard line. Why are you attempting? You sat the kicker on the sideline for most of the game, didn't let him kick a field goal, and then to go up, what? I think it was, to go up 8 points, like I thought it was. You want to opt to kick a 58-yard field goal when your kickers have been sitting out there cold all day in that weather, that cold environment. I don't know how the wind was, but you're betting on him to make that field goal. You want to giving up the Jaguars very good field position with 2 minutes to go in the game. They got to score a touchdown. Nick Sirianni, why don't you just punt the ball or maybe even go for it? If you punt the ball, if your punter's good enough, maybe get them under the 15-yard line, and then now they got under 2 minutes, and they got no timeouts, and they got to go 80-plus yards down the field with Trevor Lawrence. And the Jaguars team, which is they have been very, very disappointing. Okay, the Prince ain't been princing. Okay, it's been depressing. I had high hopes for Trevor Lawrence, but that's another topic for another day. But if you do that, make Trevor Lawrence and them go down the field with that offense that they have. They've not been good all year. They've been okay at best. But no, what does Nick Sirianni do? Hey, instead of possibly having a higher percentage of even going for it, like we have been doing, stick to your guns, as they like to say, or kicking the punt, making them go 80-plus yards to win the game with no timeouts and less 2 minutes. Let's kick the field goal. Give them great field position and let them march down the field. There was a minute 13 left in that game when Trevor Lawrence threw that pick in the end zone in the red zone. If it wasn't for the bonehead decision making by Doug Peterson, run the ball. Run the ball. If you run the ball, kill the clock, you're not giving Jalen Hurts and them a chance to come down and win the game. I don't know how many timeouts Jalen Hurts and them had at that moment. But guess what? You could have scored with 30 seconds left. However many timeouts the Eagles had, they have a chance. There's a better chance of you winning that ball game that way instead of you trying to score as fast as you can. Give them maybe even a minute 50, maybe a 50 seconds left. And then you're trying to win that way. And you force Trevor Lawrence to throw to the third-string running back in the end zone on a wheel route. I was watching the game, and I said, Trevor Lawrence, what the crap? All in all, bad decision-making by the Jaguars. That was a winnable game for the Jaguars. It's, we were sitting down right here. I'm looking at the box score. Philly was up, 22 to nothing. You thought the game was over, and then all of a sudden, Trevor and them, they go down, score a touchdown in the third quarter, get a 2-point conversion. And then Saquon gets that questionable call that I think he was touched by Trayvon Walker. But Trayvon Walker, Saquon fumbled the ball on the ground. Basically got fumbled on by the ground because he hit the ground so hard. Trayvon Walker picks it up, takes it to the crib. And then they get another 2-point conversion. Now it's 16-22 already. And then the Eagles do what I can give the Eagles credit for in the past. They are good at closing out games. That's the one thing I can say. Jalen Hurts, he clutches up for the most part and sets his team up to win. That's what I can give him credit for. So honestly, but this situation has happened already many times with the Eagles this year. That's the reason why they started 2-2, because of Nick Sirianni's bonehead decision makers. Remember, I think it was like week 4, and the pass out with Saquon, instead of running the ball, you wanted to throw a pass, and that gave the opportunity for, I don't even know, who were they even playing week 2? Oh yeah, it was week 2 against the Falcons. You lost that game on Monday Night Football because you decided to pass the ball to Saquon, and that's an incomplete pass, and then the Falcons go down the field and walk you down. Nick Sirianni's going to cost them a playoff game. I'm not sitting here hating, thinking the Eagles can't win a Super Bowl. They are a Super Bowl contending team. Now, do I think that they're better than the Lions? No, I think the Lions is the best team in football right now. I love the way the Lions play football. Do I think the Eagles are better than the Commanders? Not really, but I think they could beat the Commanders. It's a division game, so that can always happen. It's always a winnable game. Same thing with the Minnesota Vikings. I like the Vikings. I do. I just don't trust Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has been very, very turnover prone lately. I don't trust Sam Darnold that much. But the Eagles, they are set up in a good position. I will give them that. But I really don't see this team winning a Super Bowl. I don't see them even going to a conference championship game, in my opinion. I think that they will be done by the second week of the playoffs. That's just my whole opinion. I just think Nick Sirianni is that bad of a coach. They are going to be getting off of him soon. I don't know when his contract ends. I don't know if it ends by the end of the year. Any Eagles fans, comment down below. When does Nick Sirianni's contract end? I'm not going to look it up for the purposes of this video. Because I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to be the reason why you lose games. I'm proud of Jalen. I'm glad he's been getting over these turnovers, because I've been on the record saying that Jalen Hurts is very, very overrated in what people make him out to be. They're making him think like he's this top 5 quarterback, which I still think he is a little overrated. But that's another topic for another day. Shout out to Saquon. Saquon has been a gem for the Eagles, and I would tell you right now, if it was not for Saquon, this team would not be playing well. Shout out to Smitty for making that crazy catch right there in the end zone, one-hand grab, or the on 3rd and 20 something. Shout out Smitty. Hope AJ Brown gets well. He's been out with an injury. I heard he had a big knee injury that he did avoid. He did avoid a major injury, so I don't know if maybe it was a possibility. It could have been an ACL. Shout out to AJ Brown. Glad he's doing better. Shout out to the Eagles, man. They're having a pretty good season. Better than what I can say about my team, but hey, I'm not hating. I despise the Eagles. Obviously, as you say, but I gotta be real here. I gotta be real for the needs of my job. I'll be unbiased. I think the Eagles are a good football team. I don't think they're the best football team, and I think at the end of the day, their coach will get them in trouble. Now, comment down below. Do you like what I said about my opinions of Nick Sirianni? Let me know down below. Do you heavily disagree with me? Let me know down below. Do you think the Eagles are Super Bowl contenders? Let me know down below. Let me know down in the comments any Eagles conversations we would like to have. I would love to have them conversations with you. Also, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to drop a like and subscribe to your boy. Road to 100 subscribers. Also, when you do subscribe, do not forget to click the notification bell to let you know when every video go live. All my other sports videos will be linked down in the description below, and any comic book related videos that you guys would like to look at, there is a link down below in my bio in the description of this video. And until I see you guys on the next one, peace, love, positivity, all y'all. See ya.